Good morning, Canadian Yarn Heart. My name is Alyssa, and today I am going to do a project. I just want to show yesterday's project I worked on. I worked on it for quite a few hours. I literally got 2 of the pockets done, got completely frustrated, and decided to change my mind. And I learned a new stitch. I do see that this is, I should have frogged it, but it is a pocket, so I'm not too terribly worried about it. I will be doing this as a video in the future. It is going to be a duster. Hello, hello. But today's video, we're going to be doing this lemon coaster. And I will take you over to the overhead camera and I will start talking to you about the details. All right, so what we have here is I'm going to be using the milk cotton that I got. These are just a baby yarn that I found at a Value Village, so I really don't have any information, but I wanted them to have a smaller diameter than the others. So we're going to be using a 4mm hook, and let's get started. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this yarn, which I thought was perfect for the translucent lemon, and you're going to make a magic ring. You're going to stick your hook in the hole, in the loop I mean. Then you pull 1, do it again, pull 2. Now you're going to single crochet after you did your chain stitch, 6 stitches, 2, 3, 4, 6. Now you're going to pull this thread tight, and you see the 2 little bars right there. You're going to put in your hook, pull through that one. That is a slip stitch. Now this one is chain 2. You are going to increase in each stitch, which is just single crochet, single crochet. Now you're going to do that all the stitches around. So single crochet and single crochet. And that'll take your stitch count from 6 to about 12. Sometimes there is an extra one. With these coasters, it doesn't matter if you get the extra stitch in there. I find it looks nicer if you get the extra stitch, so you will have probably 13 stitches instead of 12. But I find it makes it a little bit nicer, a little bit closed. So then this one, 1, 2. Now you're going to do 1, and then you're going to increase. And you're going to do that again all the way around. So 1, and then increase. If you watched my orange slice coaster, you will see that this is the same exact ones. It's just the change in colors. And 1, if you are new here, I'm glad to see you. 1, 2. I do hope to earn your like and subscription. If you have a question, comment, concern, by all means, leave it in the comment section below. I will do my best to get to you. I just want to pass on tips, tricks, and everything in between. Yes, hi Willow. So now the next row and all following rows, you're going to do 1, 2, and then increase. Now you're going to continue to do this all the way until you have 7 stitches in between each increase. So I'm going to continue that, and I will be back when we've done that. All right, so I've gotten to the end of this coaster. So I'm going to trim the yarn. I'm going to put that away. Now I'm going to use the white. Now, like I said, this is probably just a generic white baby yarn. I like that it had the white strand in the center around it. So you're going to pull through, like to tighten up, chain 2, and you're going to do the exact same thing. You just had to change color. So this is 1. Now I like to fold my tails there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then increase. 1, 2. So you're going to do that all the way around, and then we're going to change color again. Now I'm going to trim the white because I made it to the end. Now that is not the end of the white, that is just the end of the white for the edge. So you're going to grab your last color, which is this yellow. You're going to go through, right, 1, 2, and then you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then there's your increase. Now I'm going to continue that all the way around, and I will be back when I'm done this row. So now I've got that done. I'm going to trim that end. We're done with that yellow. So now I am going to pull it through. I'm going to darn in these ends, and then I'm going to do the thin membrane in between each of the segments. For this, you just want to find the next, see there's a stitch there, and then there's one there. You want to go into that one, come back, ignore anything here, and go into that hole there, pull tight, and start darning in the back. And that way you should lock it into place so you don't have to worry about it. So I'm going to darn in the next 2 ends as well, and then we'll start the segments. So I do plan to have more coasters coming up in the future. This is something I'll probably end up having a little playlist on. I do link everything in the description box below if you're interested. So this will have the yarn, the needles, the hooks, the scissors, that kind of thing. I do mainly try to come up with these to some degree on my own, meaning if I see a picture of it, I don't usually go farther than the picture when I come up with my own idea. So this was pretty much how I came up with most of these coasters. And now for this, what you want to do is start that way. You want to grab the yarn on the back, pull it up through, and then you're going to go the line above, wrap around behind, and slip stitch through. You're going to do that all the way to the end. What I like to do with these is I like to go up the increased row. So basically I find which stitches you've increased. You can see that. I will point that out in a minute. One more after this, because we're in the center hole. Oh, wait. No, one more. That's the center. Pull up just about that much, just so you can darn it in. And what I like to do is I like to go back into the center, wrap them around, and pull the ends back into back, and I will darn them up. I'll show you in a second after I darn them up where to follow the lines, and then I will show you the pause and show you the finished product. So I'm just going to grab each loop back here, tighten that up for a couple of them, and trim. I do this now because this is when it can start to get very, very confusing. And honestly, getting yourself into the habit of doing it is never a bad thing. If you look right there, there's your increased row. Right in there or right in there if you want. So you can follow that up, follow that one up, that one, and that one. And you just do that all the way around. I'll be back when we're done. So there you have it. I think I didn't get the quite even spacing I did on that one, but I think I did pretty good. So there's the coaster. I hope to earn your like and subscription. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you again. Bye.